Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I am going to show you guys how I did the galaxy background with alcohol markers that I showed in a couple of finished pages back. I did it in one of these Chibi Girls. I think it was volume 1. It was the space girl. I made her like an alien and I had like a blue galaxy. I had one person request to show how I actually did that with alcohol markers, and I've been wanting to do the background again, so I figured I would just go ahead and film myself doing it, see how it comes out. I honestly did that page on just a whim. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know how it was going to come out. I really liked how it came out, and hopefully it comes out similar on this page. The book we're going to be working in is Chibi Girls Volume 3 this time, and I'm going to be doing it on this page here, this little witch page. So what I have in mind is, I know that there's a lot going on in the background, but I am actually just going to go over the ghosts because I'm going to try and make them look like translucent. Not sure how that's going to go, but that's kind of my plan. Instead of just like leaving them white, I'm just going to go over them and hopefully they'll be like see-through type ghosts. So I am going to use the same colors that I used on that page originally, and I did use Cali Arts. So if you want to try this at home, or you end up liking the way this looks and you want to try and replicate it, the colors I'm using are 3 different tones, so they're all in the blue tones. You're going to want a dark one, a middle tone, and then the lightest marker. So, alright, so we're using B025 for the darkest shade, BG03 for the middle shade, and BG01 for the lightest shade. And so I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm going to be using the broad sides of the chisel tip. These have fine and broad. I'm going to be using the chisel, which looks like this. So this side, and I'm going to go ahead and uncap all of them because this isn't marker paper. The name of the game is speed. If you want things to blend, or at least that's what I've tried to do. Try to do it as fast as possible, which doesn't always make for the neatest of coloring. At least when I use markers, I go out of the lines all the time, but I don't think that matters too much. So I have all my markers uncapped, and like I said, I am going to be going over the ghosts and the stars. Everything else I'm going to try and avoid, so like the lightning bolts, obviously the center girl, and the clouds I'm not going to go over. So like I said, I've only done this once and I kind of just wung it the first time, so I don't, like I said, don't consider this too much of a tutorial because I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I'm just kind of going with the flow. So when I think galaxy, I always kind of have like darker to lighter, so I'm going to start the corners off with our darkest shade. And I'm going to be coloring in like circle motion. So let me move the camera down a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm actually doing here. So I'm just going to start in this corner here, in little circular motions. And then I'm going to take the middle shade and kind of go over that. And I do have a blotting shade underneath, which you're definitely going to want because you're going to be using a lot of ink on this, because like I said, I'm really going to try and blend out the harsh lines as much as I can. And then I'm going to take the center color or the lightest color. Sorry that the camera's shaking. I'm an aggressive colorist. So I always end up shaking the camera. Like I said, you are going to be using a lot of ink, so you're going to want to make sure that the markers you're using aren't about to go too dry on you. And it's kind of just like if you want, you can look up what galaxies look like before you jump into this, but it's kind of just a random pattern. There's really no rhyme or reason. That's why I don't want to call this like a tutorial, because I'm kind of just making it look as much like a galaxy as I can. Trying to go over her hat carefully here. Sorry about the camera shaking. I can see it wobbling all over the place. Some marker ASMR in here. You might even want to put 2 or 3 blotting pages behind, just in case. Hopefully you can see how this is coming out okay. It is kind of bleeding down into her hat. Like I said, we're using so much ink. I feel like that's kind of inevitable, but do. Look over here. Oh, I was going, oh no, I don't think I wanted to go over that heart, or that star, but that's okay. see okay how this is turning out? Again, like I said, I'm probably gonna put another blotter sheet just to show you it did go through, and this is cardstock. This isn't just regular like printer paper, but it's kind of hard in this book to get it pushed all the way through, so. So sorry about the camera. Hopefully it's more noticeable on my end than it is in the video. So I'm just like around where it's the colors meet, I'm using more of like a scrubbing action. Try and rub the ink like you're rubbing the ink through the paper. You know, using a little bit more pressure in those areas to try and get a more blended look. So now get blue. Next in here, I'm gonna have a sharp line up here. Try and the good thing here too is we're gonna add a bunch of stars and stuff, so if there's any like harsh lines that you don't like, you can maybe just try and add a lot of stars around that area so that it looks a little better. Okay, and then I'm gonna do blue. I think her and I'm gonna go back in with the light color. Alright, we made it. Straighten you out here. Just barely though. My markers definitely were drying up there at the end. This might be the last blue galaxy I'll be able to get out of these markers. Hopefully I can find similar shades in some of my other sets. So that's how the galaxy turned out. I think it looks pretty cute. Pretty cute. I think I'm going to add the stars now with you guys really quick. Show you where I would put them. I did, you know, get into the lines in some places that I didn't necessarily really want to. But I think that that's okay. I'm gonna pull some of my favorite gel pens out, see which one wants to work best for me today. You know how gel pens can be. I am gonna go ahead and outline the white stars. And then just fill them in completely. So I'm gonna go around and do that really quick. All right, so I went ahead and filled in all of the white stars. So now I'm just gonna add like little specks and dots and just extra stars around, avoiding the ghosts, because I don't think I wanna do any behind there. So I'm just gonna do random little dots, varying sizes. I'm gonna do some of these bigger stars. Hopefully you guys can see that. I think I might make these, some of these shooting stars. Just for fun. You can do as much or as little as you like when adding in the stars in the background. I do think the stars really make it pop though. especially if you concentrate them on the darker areas. Let's make this one a shooting star too. My gel pen wants to work. Oh, I smudged that one. Alright, I think that that's all I'm gonna add for right now. And let me show you that that is how the finished page turned out. Definitely check out my finished pages if you want to see what I end up doing with the ghosts and how the whole page turns out completed. But yeah, if this video helped you at all, taught you something new, maybe gave you a new idea to try out for a background, let me know. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Follow me or subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. I would really appreciate it. And of course, turn on notifications so you don't miss when I post another video. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!